Hey my lovelies, it's your girl Mel. Welcome back to my channel. We are here with mommy, so I already know say it's another story time with mommy. Story time with mommy.
Oh god. Yeah guys, hello, good day, and well, another special hello to all of Mel's lovelies. Now we are right now actually we are sitting still in Germany. So this is live from Germany. And we are in the year 1980 to 1981 about. And at that point in time, my two sons were born and growing. We were living in a community in an old farmhouse from 1840. I had to basically stop my studies at that point in time, because with two small children it was not possible to continue, because I would have to be in the university more often and not having a babysitter. And as you know already, the baby father was always on the road with his truck. So I basically had to decide to stop my studies and be a stay-at-home mom with two children. And well, I had enough to do with all the animals, the garden, and you name it. So it wasn't too bad. And we were living with other people too, and the girl that we took in when I was still pregnant with Nikki, with her little son, who is the same age than Yasha. We were still living together. And basically, there were always, coming into summer when it was warmer, we always had some guests in the house that would stay a little bit longer than just like a week or so. We had some who would stay over the entire summer, because at that point in time, we had some upper places in the farmhouse that were not insulated, so nobody could really stay there in winter. They would freeze. But in summer it was possible. So our house was pretty much full at that time, most of the time, and we had some nice people. Gela, the girl with the son, she met somebody who was a drummer. Since I knew him from way before, from I was like 16, 17 years old. And then she met him and they fell in love, and he moved in with her. So we had now the situation, two couples with three children in the house plus guests. And we had some really fun times, because you can imagine if you have several people in the house and then you eat your meals together, you cook together, you have time in the summer to be outside in the garden. And most of them, they were either studying or they had jobs and stuff, but in the evenings we would all meet and sit together and talk and laugh and play music. So it was a real good time at the time. But once in a while, I mean, the good thing about living that way is too, because I basically always had babysitters. Although I couldn't study anymore because the babysitting situation would not be firm enough. But at least once in a while I could like go out in the evening. Like, I mean, which mother of two children where the husband is gone all the time can do that? So I was really happy about that. And I remember one evening Gela and I decided to go out together. So and there were some people, and the children knew the people, so they would not have a problem staying with them. We put them to bed first, of course. But in case they would wake up, there would be somebody around, more than one person, to be with them. So we went and had a fabulous time. We went to a discotheque dancing and having fun and music playing. So we went home, and actually on the way home, that was so funny. I was driving. Gila was beside me, right? And we were joking around and laughing, and then we opened the windows of the car and we imitated a police car. So basically, no, but you can't really imitate it, you know, but what we did.
What, you made
you know what
siren
we said?
Noise?
Well, one person was shouting out of the window, la lu, la la, la lu, la la, because that's our way.
Police,
the police here, they are doing it that way. And then the other one, you know, the blue light they have on the roof. The other one would just shout, blue light, blue light, blue light. So we were driving through the town and doing that, and we were cracking up, of course. It was early in the morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Nobody was around to talk. So, I mean, it's only a few people heard us and they were looking, saying, what are these crazy people doing, you know? But we had fun. So, those were the situations we might have in the house, you know. We had a lot of good people there and good fun and good situations. And once in a while we would quarrel a bit mostly about things, so who clean up from who doesn't clean up, like the kitchen, for example. In the evening, most people didn't feel like wash dishes and stuff like that. So I do not like to get up early in the morning, basically, or at least at that time, and find my kitchen completely dirty and then have to clean up. And mind you, at that point in time, we still had a hand pump. You know, we had one source of water that was a hand pump in the kitchen. So you had to stand there and go pumping, 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 and then you would get water. Ice cold water from the ground. I mean, nice water. But, well, so it was kind of rough then sometimes. If nobody wanted to clean up, you come in the kitchen early in the morning, everybody ready for breakfast basically, and the kitchen looked like a mess. So those were the times, so we would quarrel a bit once in a while about, oh, you were down here and you don't do this and but I mean, that was like small things. So we didn't really have huge problems with that. Now this guy that Gila fell in love with, he had a nickname as well. Nobody knew his real name. And he was part of a band. He was playing mostly congas at the time, but he was a drummer as well. And then it happened. No, let me go back a bit first. Hold up. Let me go back a bit. When these other people were still living with us from Berlin initially, the guy, Gert, he came one day. That was in the 70s still. That was like in 77, I think. He started to come in with reggae records. Of course, at that time we had records. We didn't have all this fancy stuff like nowadays. So he came in with reggae records, and I heard it, and I was immediately mesmerized and said, whoa, I love that. So from that point in time on, I was into reggae hard. Basically, I was more of a rock person before, but once reggae came into my life, I switched completely over to reggae, and I loved it.
And dash with rock.
Not really dash it away, but it became less important in my life for sure. Up to now, there are certain things I love to listen to in rock. Of course, there's wonderful music there. But anyhow, so this guy was a drummer and well, conga at that time was more percussion. And he came together with some other people from my hometown, which 2 of them were Jamaican, the other 2 were German. And there was one lady who was actually involved with a bassist, who was Jamaican, and he was the one too who would write some songs. And guess what? It was a reggae band. So I was like, bling, 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 reggae, 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 yes, nice. And they were looking for another background singer, because the other lady would be background singer, and they were looking for another one. They said, me, because I mean, I'm not singing too bad. So I was hoping they would take me, and actually we went to practice one day in another house of a friend of theirs, and well, they tried me out and said, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. So I started to practice with them regularly, which wasn't that much. Maybe once a week we would find the time, because everybody was working and doing their stuff. So once a week we would get together in the afternoon and do a few hours of practice. And it was so much fun. We did do some cover for some songs, of course, like some Bob Marley or some well-known reggae artists at that time. But we had like about 3-4 songs that Glenn would write, and we would put them together. And yeah, we had a fabulous time. And then, as it happened in, I think it was 81, actually, we got some gigs. We were playing in about 3 discotheques at the time. We had little concert there, and then in summer, a lot of towns around here they do some summer fest, like our Line Weaver Markt here, for example, like an outdoor for the entire town where everybody come out, and there are stalls and there's parties and there's a lot of live music, and we got invited to one of those as a band. So we had our first big stage and big a crowd of people listening to us, really, and we were like, ooh, this is fun. And they liked us. They did like us. They had a good time. We then started to dance and swing, so for us it was wonderful as well. And then we had one more concert right around here. That building doesn't exist anymore, but it was a big discotheque, and we had a concert there, and that was the one and only time we got a professional person to mix, to set up the sound for us and mix whatever instruments and voices we had.
Okay.
And melody, we were astounded what technique can do, because at that, when we heard ourselves doing that, I mean really professionally being put together, wow. I mean, I have to say so myself, we sounded great. We were really proud of ourselves, and it was, and then we realized when you get this quality sound, it is really even more fun. I mean, it is fun already to do what you do, of course, but if you really, if it's optimized, I mean, nothing was fake. So we played live, we did everything live, but if somebody is able to optimize the sound with everything involved, all the instruments get put together to the optimum, the voices are put together like background little less, and wow. I mean, we came out of that concert, all of us, and we were like, whoa, this was great. No, and so I can understand when people really who are doing these stage shows regularly, that it come like a little drug. It gives you so much adrenaline and so much pleasure. And especially when the people around you are really loving it as well, and you get this feedback. It's a wonderful feeling, trust me. It's really, really wonderful. So we had a few of these gigs going on that year, and we had a good time. And then as it happened, I told him my co-singer and the bassist, they were a couple. Well, they fell out. They separated. And that mashed up the entire group.
The entire group?
The entire group. Everything fell apart. Because he was a vital part of it. Not she so much, but he. And he, being really pissed off, he just said, I'm leaving here, I'm not doing this anymore. And the rest of people did not really have the drive to continue at that point in time.
So how long was the group together for?
1.5, 2 years.
Oh.
It wasn't that long.
Not very long.
No, it wasn't that long. But it was sad. I was really sad because we just started. We were actually supposed to go to Paris, have a concert there. I mean, we started to get known and acknowledged, and we could have become quite a bit bigger than we were. And we weren't big at that point in time, of course, but we could have. And so it was really like, why now, and why did this have to happen? But well, so you go.
So how long before you went to Jamaica did the group break up?
About a year. Not that long. But that is why basically I got this urge to have a look where the reggae came from. Because I mean, it was so much fun to do it, not only to listen to it passively, but to actually be involved in doing it myself. That when the when the occasion came, that I was able to go, I was like, yes, I want to see where the reggae come from.
But you didn't even tell them the band name.
Our band name was Iration, and well, I don't even know what the story behind it is really, but
We'll have a picture.
yeah, we have a picture of us still at that time. You might not recognize me. I'm the one with the dark hair. Yeah, we have a picture, and as I was saying, it was really fun, especially as we had one guy came from Barbados too at one time, where we had sometimes had 1 or 2 people changing, but I mean we had 2 or 3 Germans in there.
But if the lady that was with the bass player, if she was just a background singer, so she might easily replace.
Yes and no. It was like a shock for everybody, you know, and I don't know what really happened, but some of the other guys, they just got so discouraged suddenly. I mean, I don't know what I don't really even know the entire story, to be honest.
Because if it would be
I
like
was there, but I did not get the entire vibes.
Because if it was like a drummer or something, then yeah, you know, that's like harder to find. But like just a like.
Yeah, but Glenn was he would stay. He was. I think he was going to leave.
Oh.
He did not leave eventually because I met him years later and he was here still. But he was planning to leave at that point in time. He was very frustrated with his whole life and with this situation and with so I think he was planning to leave.
So did you guys make money with the...
We earned a bit of money. I mean, we couldn't have lived off it at that point in time. But we started to make some money, yes, because all these discotheque thing and stuff, it brought us some money. Yeah. I mean, not much, but... Hey, it was nice to be paid for something that was so much fun at the time, and everybody was kind of other.
But in that time, I have so many questions.
Yeah, ask.
In that time, when you would have those performances and stuff, who would watch the kids?
Remember, I was living with other people that knew the children well, and the children knew them well, so I had a chance to go. That was a good part about it. Living in a situation like that, you have inbuilt babysitters. And they love to do it too because they understood my situation. It was not like once a week or twice a week or so. Not that often. It happened once, like, all in all, we had maybe 10 concerts or so. You know? So it's not like it happened every minute. And these people, they were like, yeah man, go. You know? Any more questions?
No, I think I
thought you had so many questions.
Look, I asked you about 6 questions a while ago.
Okay, good. Because right now, basically, my story would be even finished for today. Because we have to find something.
How did you... like, how did you figure out that you had like a good voice to be a background singer?
Oh, first of all, as a child, I was singing sometimes in a choir, and then there is this big choir in Bielefeld, in my hometown, and my mother sent me there to audition. But my problem with the choir was, he said I was not singing loud enough. Of course not, I was shy. You know, but I mean, but he said my voice was nice and clear and nice and pretty, but apparently not loud enough. So they did not take me. But I always used to sing with I don't know, with songs and so, and I like to do harmony. You know, I do not like to sing the song. I'm doing the harmony up to now. watch me sitting in the car, some music is playing, I'm doing the harmonies. That is, she always mocks me too. No, even the other day,
Yes.
when was it? Oh, we went to the live band, the reggae band, and Melody sit beside, Mommy, are you going to sing the harmonies again? And I said, what? Leave me alone. Up to this day, that is my fun when I'm in the car driving and I hear some nice music. Yes, I do the harmony. I'm the background singer still.
Well, I'm surprised that you weren't like shy.
I was very shy.
Be in a band like that.
I
to be on
was
stage.
extremely shy, but I mean, it's like, you see, before, my God, I was so nervous always. I hope I sing right. I hope I do it right. No, it was awful, really. But when you're on the stage, when you're starting, and then everything comes together, it gives you more confidence, and it makes you feel so much more stronger. And you know, you can hear yourself to a degree, although you have it's a different sound from where you stand, of course, but you can hear yourself, and especially when you see the people going for it, you know, they are like, you know, at first they stand there and, are they any good? I don't know if I'm going to have fun. And when you start to see that they are getting into the groove, and I like it, and then you know, and that gives you another good feeling and make you feel stronger again too.
So did y'all do like the little dance moves as well, like in the background?
Well,
like
we were like the I-trees, you know. Although we only were two, but and I did a little percussion as well. We had our like thingies or shaking thingies or whatever, you know, or beat on something. So that was part of it too. We were like multi-talented. No, but seriously, we had a really, really good time. And now you know what really inspired me to go to Jamaica, because I mean, I had never been in Jamaica at that point in time. I barely heard anything about it apart from the reggae music. I had seen Bob Marley one time in TV, and that was the weirdest thing. Normally, you know, you watch groups or bands or singers on TV, and it's not really doing anything much. You're just listening to it and enjoying it. When I heard Bob Marley on TV, I got goosebumps all over my body. I was standing there, I was like, whoa, what is this? That was so powerful. At that point in time, he was still alive. So I would have loved to see a concert with him, but I didn't make it. But he came to Germany at one point in time, but I couldn't go there. But I would have loved to. And at that point in time, nobody knew he would be dead soon. So I said, oh, I still have time to go. But that was really something very powerful in my life, and that is with singing in the band and participating in that, it even became stronger. So that was really my reason to go to Jamaica.
Well, if you have watched Storytime #1, you would know that already anyways. Because remember, that's your first story. How did you...
I did say it. Yeah, but I said I wanted to see where the reggae come from. Yeah, but I didn't talk about. Yeah, but
you said you were in a reggae band.
Oh, I did say that.
I think
so long ago, and so many episodes, I don't even know what I told you guys. Sorry to repeat this.
But yeah, so that's it for your little...
That's it for today, and a little more stories are supposed to come, but as you can see, we're in 1981. If anybody was listening and counting, I left for Jamaica in 1983, so we do not have to go that much further.
Story time soon over, guys.
You have to give us ideas for something else.
But yeah, that is it for today's story time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.